going to start off and give all praise on the Lord.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
Honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of the Muslim. Salutations to walking, yourself and listening. We should focus on the truth and sincerity. And if you rock on as well, it's listening sincerity. Alright, today, it's going to be back with you guys through the spirit of the Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And just going to make various topics, alright, and then see where the spirit takes it, man. The first topic we're going to start with is how that we need to basically prepare ourselves, alright, before Yahweh Shai arrives and delivers his elect, man. Okay? So, we have to be prepped, we have to be ready, mentally already, before we get moved up, in those ships, man. That's why it's important on this side, to basically do what's pleasing unto the Lord, man. Put on those righteous garments, rehearse the righteous acts. Okay? This is required. Alright? You have to change your inward man before you get into that fathership, man. No nigga is gonna get, beamed up into the ship, man, not knowing what's going on, man. Right?
Isaiah 52 and 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem. And that beautiful garment goes into the understanding of the scriptures. Okay? The knowledge that comes from the scriptures. Okay? O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Okay, and how we cleansed through the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, shake thyself from the dust, meaning the confusion. Okay, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O daughter of Zion.
This is Psalms 119 and verse 9. It says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word." Okay, that's how we're supposed to cleanse our ways, man. Right? By taking heed unto the scriptures. Because the scriptures is what's going to wash us inwardly, man. Okay? The scriptures contain basically what's pleasing unto the Lord. Right? Which is what? The law, statutes, and commandments. Right? That's why, furthermore, in 1 John it speaks about, how love, the definition of love is the keeping of the commandments, man. Right? So that's how we cleanse our ways, by taking heed unto the word, man. Right? By preparing ourselves before the bridegroom comes, which is Yahweh Shai.
Matthew 22, I will start out verse 1. It says, "And Yahweh Shai answered and spake unto them again by parable, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son. And he sent forth the servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come."
Yeah, basically, Yahweh is basically, if you want to put it into perspective, see Yahweh, that's basically making the wedding for Yahweh Shai. Who's what's the other word for bride? Who's the bride? The bride is, the elect. Okay, we're the bride. All right, Yahweh Shai is our husband, right?
And just as the bride prepares herself for the coming of the Lord, when she prepares herself for the marriage, she has to be beautiful. She wants to be beautiful for the groom. Okay, so because at the end of the day, in this world, they say that the wedding day is her day. It's her day to show off. It's her day to be the most beautiful girl in the room, to have all eyes on her. And again, that's a prize unto the husband, to have the most beautiful girl in the room at that time. Okay?
If I may add too, in the time of Esther, you couldn't just present yourself to the king. However, those virgins, they have to be prepared a certain way before they were introduced to the king. A certain amount of months, bathed in a particular type of oil. They most likely had to abstain from certain type of foods. So before they were presented to the king, there was a process that they had to go through. To just even stand at the presence of the king. Because when they were presented to him, he picked. And the one that caught his eye was Esther. Which is basically back in the form.
And again, how much more for Yahweh Shai,
right,
which is the King of Kings. How much more are we supposed to prepare ourselves and basically prepare ourselves to meet Him?
Yahweh Shai requires no blemish, not even a single spot, you know?
And just like the different versions, right, immersing themselves in particular oils for particular amount of time in the book of Esther. We're doing the same thing in the spirit, man. Immersing ourselves in the truth, right? That's not oil. Like Scripture say, you have an unction from the Holy One, meaning anointing. So we're anointing ourselves with the Scriptures, man. Because it's pleasing unto Yahweh Shai. We're going to present ourselves, we're going to have a sweet aroma. It's going to be pleasing unto Him, man. Right? Real quick, I got a precept to back up the precept here. This is Jeremiah 6 and verse 2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. That's why I said that what? That the elect, because on this side, the Lord is not dealing with all Israel. Really this precept applies to all Israel. Most I liken Israel unto a comely and delicate woman. Zion is Israel. But right now, really, it applies to the elect. That's only who that Yahweh Shai is going to basically graft back onto him, man. Then the rest going to be come back, in the kingdom.
About precept. Revelation 14, and I'm going to start out verse 1. Basically going into how there's particular characteristics you have to possess, to be a clean virgin, to be a spotless virgin, or, a bride. Revelation 14 and verse 1, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 140 and 4,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So the 144,000, that's the elect. And one of the most important characteristics is what? Having the name, of Yahweh Shai. That makes you perfect, First and foremost, having the name, and many other characteristics.
So, let me add real quick too. Hey, it's funny because it says we're gonna have the name of the Lord on us. Because what happens when basically a man marries a woman? The woman takes on the name of the husband. And that's what's gonna happen to us, man. It's heavy that it stated that.
Verse 2 says, and I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song. It says, and no man could learn that song but the 140 and 4,000 which were redeemed from the earth. You see, so that's another characteristic of being clean, or without blemish, is that you would sing a particular song or a particular doctrine, and that doctrine, Yahweh Shai also speaks about, or the scriptures speak about how, he would have no God, so that doctrine be kept pure, It says, verse 4, these are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. You see, so once again, having the what did you say? Not defiled with women, meaning we didn't deal with any other husband, just to put it in a concept that's understandable, We didn't deal with any other man. That's in the spirit, though. And that other man will be symbolic to doctrine, another doctrine. We didn't, not knowing the truth, we didn't be like, let me try Islam, Knowing the 100% truth, we didn't, go to another doctrine and say, that didn't pique our interest.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But just to bringing it back to the marriage, when the woman, let's bring it back to the ancient times. When the woman was to marry a man, she was expected to be a virgin.
Right.
That's what the white dress represents. Right. The purity. Okay. And again, when like the brother mentioned, when you take that man's name, you belong unto him. And again, you guys become one flesh. Okay, after the marriage is consummated, you guys become one. Okay, and that's the representation. We're gonna be one with Yahweh Shai at His return. Okay, we're gonna be in Yahweh Shai. We're gonna be His name is gonna be upon us. We're gonna be His possession. Okay, but again, what did I want to say? Again, that's the purity. The white dress represents the purity. That's the proper garments to have. Okay, not following after other women, because that would represent that you are defiled, you are unclean. Okay, and even in the time of the MOTV, you bowing down to the system, you taking the MOTV, that's you following after another man. Okay, and as you said, Yahweh is the King of Kings. He's expected to be with a virgin. It says they are virgin. You know, they are virgins. Okay, so that's what it means to follow after Yahweh, especially the fact that coming out of the world and cleansing yourself. That's that grace that the Lord gave us to be a partaker of that marriage. Okay.
Verse 5, and in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh.
Without fault. That's the purity. You know? Even if we do sin, the just man falleth 7 times, but through that alliance, through that faith with Yahweh, now you're cleansed, you're pure in the eyes of the Lord. Okay?
So Yahweh is not looking at the outward. Mm-hmm. It's really the inward that he's looking at. Mm-hmm. He wants the inward to be pure. And if the inward is pure and is washed by the word, that's what's gonna, allow you to, bond with him.
Yeah. The inside, just as he said unto the Pharisees, you wash the outside of the cup, but the inside is dirty. Right. You know. So again, that's the representation of you preparing yourself, preparing yourself for Yahweh, cleaning the inside, the inner man, preparing yourself for His coming, the renewing of your mind by the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay. Have a quick precept. That was it on that. Second Peter 3:14. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such a thing, be diligent that ye may be found of him, of Yahushai, in peace, without spot and blameless. So keep going and enduring until the end, knowing that you believe in these things, knowing that following after righteousness, you may obtain salvation and be partaker of that marriage. And it says, I believe in Revelation, it says, blessed are you if you're partaker of the marriage. Because at the end of the day, that's salvation in itself. Okay? This is like the brother said, there's no nigga. There's no nigga that's gonna get beamed up in the chariot. Only those that have prepared themselves for the coming of the Lord.
Yeah. These niggas, they're spiritually already committed adultery, man. Mm-hmm. You know? They're not gonna let's say in the ancient world, let's say, trying to you get betrothed to a woman said gets betrothed to you, right? And then here it is, she goes and she deals with another man. Are you gonna take her and marry her? No, man. So it's the same thing with these, with these guys that heard the word and they decided not to come into the fold, man. You hearing the word is basically, the Lord saying you're betrothed to me, right? But you refuse the betrothal, right? You decided to go with another nigga instead, right? So therefore, hey, you're not gonna get beamed up in the times to come, man. This is Revelation 19 to the point. In verse 9, it says, and he said unto me, right, blessed are they. It says, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage and supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Could you read that again? Revelation 19 and verse 9. And he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh Ba'ashim.
You're blessed because you obtain salvation, man. And again, that's a marriage of a king, the King of Kings, man. It's not just a regular marriage with the average Joe, man. That's the highest, how can I say that? Blessing. That's the highest form of appreciation. There's nothing in this world that can compare to you being called and allowed into that marriage. Okay, as it says because that at the end of the day that represents salvation. Okay, and you're not going to obtain it unless you are fit, unless the Lord allows you in. And just the fact that you're allowed in, man, that's a blessing in itself. In Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah 3 verse 1, it says, they say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot.
Exactly, polluted. Bringing it back to that, greatly polluted. Bringing it back to follow. If you follow after those other women, you're gonna be defiled, greatly defiled, man. And yo, Yahweh Shai's not gonna look at you, man. And just as the elder apostle Tahar did a recent video, he did a video pertaining to the Queen of Sheba. The Queen of Sheba was a whore. Yeah, she was a whore. And Solomon wasn't dealing with it. Because I know my sister, man, at one point she was trying to big up Queen of Sheba. I'm like, yo, she's a whore, man. I've been telling her she's a whore. King Solomon did not deal with it. Because in the world, because they have some information. They say, oh, Queen of Sheba has a son with Solomon, Melanick, and then he's the one that he's the, you know, that's all madness. Why would Solomon deal with a whore where he can get a bunch of virgins, good clean girls, man? Okay, he's the king, man. He's not running after no box, man. Okay, and just as Yahweh Shai is even greater than Solomon, he's not gonna want to deal with no defiled woman. Okay, Yahweh Shai is already in his spiritual state, in his perfect body. Why would he want to subject himself to having a filthy woman by his side, man? Okay.
It says, shall not that land be greatly polluted? Thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith the Lord.
That goes into the mercy of the Lord. Because now we're in the grace period. Now it's the time to get right. Now we're at the rehearsing the righteous.
Only the elect is granted that.
Come on.
Not everybody.
You see? No, you got it.
Because 2/3 they're gonna die, man. You know? They weren't granted return to Yahweh Bashim Shai. You know? Even though they were given opportunity. An example of that, the prophets being out there is what? A chance for you, you know, you getting a chance to return to Yahweh Bashim Shai. You know, and casting away those other doctrines, those other man, you know, adultery. But only the elect is going to come back and return, and that granted, that mercy is going to be extended unto them. Huh?
Quick jump in. Jeremiah 7:27. Since the day that our fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken unto thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. So that's basically the fact that the Lord is sending his prophets. That's him stretching his hand to save you. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we're just calling you to repentance, so that you can obtain that grace that the brother was speaking about, man. But it says what in Ezekiel 33? If we don't hearken unto the warning, the blood is on your hands. We did our job, man. We did what we had to do. Okay? And the Lord is not going to require your blood at our hand because we warned you. At the end of the day, it's your fault. It's you that decided to not follow after the path of life. Okay? As it says, many are called, but few are chosen. Okay?
An example like again, let's say a husband, you know, he has a wife, you know, and then let's say she commits adultery, you know, but then she runs away because she's afraid of the husband. But then the husband says, you know, he tells whoever's there, he's like, yo, if you see my, you know, tell her that, you know, I forgive her. Tell her to come back onto me and clean herself and fix her, you know, I'll forgive her. Yeah. And then let's say the woman runs across one of those men that are set, you know, and then they give her the message, like, yo, he said this, if you return, he forgives you. Just, you know, come back, clean up, and be sincere. But then she says, no, fuck that. I don't want to go back. You know, that's the same with the nation of Israel, man. And those messengers are the prophets. The husband is Yahweh. We're basically telling you to clean up for your husband. But they're shunning him, man.
Oh, that reminds me of that precept. Let me try to get it. If you had something, yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 2. It says, for I am jealous over you with the godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach Yahushai. Yeah, we're espoused to one husband, man. That's why, it's important not to, go astray after these other doctrines, man. Furthermore, that's why it's stated in, as we read earlier in Revelation 14, that what? These were virgins, okay? So we're espoused to one husband, not multiple husbands, one God, to Yahweh Shema Shai. That's what we're espoused to, man, You wanted to Judges 5?
That's the rehearsal, right? Yeah, you can bring it up. Bring it up.
Okay. This is Judges 5 and verse 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers and the place of dry water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of the villages in Israel, then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Rewind that right, the rehearsal.
It says, there shall they rehearse.
It says there. That's in the land of darkness. Okay, so starting with Babylon the Great. Again, the world was given unto the hands of the wicked. Okay, but in the world that we're in right now, in this time, we're rehearsing the righteous acts.
It says, and there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
And again, what is the righteous acts? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And again, it's a rehearsal. A rehearsal is not the performance itself. It's a practice. Okay, it's a preparation. Okay, for the event. You're setting yourself. Okay, you're making you're seeing the mistakes and you're preparing yourself. You're making it better. That's basically what it is. Making yourself better until the day of the actual performance. Okay, because right now we're just practicing. It's a practice because again we're in the flesh. The flesh is not able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to a full. As it says, the creature was made subject unto vanity. That's why we can't. That's why we go off 7 times. The judgment falls 7 times. But just the fact that we're rehearsing, the fact that we're actually putting forth the effort to prepare ourselves for the coming of the Lord sees our efforts, man. It's not in vain because He knows. Yahushua knows He was in the flesh. Yahushua knows exactly what we're going through, man. Okay. Just the fact that we're putting forth our effort into seeking the Lord, offending less, walking after righteousness, the Lord sees our efforts, man. Okay? This is just a rehearsal.
And just to back you up, as you mentioned the rehearsal, because even in the world, before the wedding would happen, they would have, rehearsal dinner.
Come on.
They would dance, so on and so forth. And then when the wedding comes, for everything to be, perfect.
Exactly. For it to be perfect.
Yeah, for it to be perfect. Because, you don't want to come to the wedding and then you don't know how to dance and messing up the steps. And then, now you're going viral on Instagram and shit. You don't want that to happen.
You look like a fool, man, when it's supposed to be your day.
Yeah.
You slip on the dress because you didn't know how to walk in the dress. That's why they have those rehearsals in the world. So the same thing here, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. And eventually when we get beamed up, when we get those perfect bodies, and everything's going to be perfect. It's going to be to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, how much easier is it going to be? Not only you're not going to be in the flesh anymore.
Right.
Okay? You're not even going to be in the flesh because you're trying. In the flesh, you win some, you lose some. But in the spirit, you already want, in your mind, the inner man already wants to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But how much more when we shed these prisons, when we shed the corruptible bodies, and we put on immortality? Man, it's gonna be like breathing air, man, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Just the fact that the Lord is gonna program us to keep the laws. That also, man, it's gonna be like the brother said, perfection. Right now we're at the practice stage. We're at the practice before the game.
Practice. You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Like, the scriptures even speak about that. A righteous man falleth 7 times. And you need to fall to learn from your mistake.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you don't know how to do something, and then you attempt it, but you do it wrong. You messed up, but you actually got one up on that now. Because why? You know not to do it like that again.
Yeah.
You know how to do it the right way. So okay, I'm not gonna do it like that anymore. So what?
Experience.
Yeah, experience.
Experience goes into wisdom. Because now you're applying what you've learned. Because that's one thing to know righteousness. It's another thing to follow after righteousness. You know, because as it says, the fear of the Lord is keeping the commandments, and understanding is abstaining from evil, which meaning you're applying the knowledge that you've learned. Okay, so there's even a precept that says it is better to have little wisdom. Little wisdom is better than a lot of wisdom if you're doing it in the fear of the Lord. You know, it's in the Apocrypha. Like it says, like basically, it doesn't matter if you have little wisdom as long as you have the fear of the Lord. Because you can be wise in the world, you know, but be a complete demon. You know, you could be a rich man, like you could be not even a rough child. Let's see a low level. You're working at the bank, but you committed adultery. You know that working at the bank, that's wisdom. In the world, they look at you like you made it.
Right.
You know, but then you're committing adultery. That's not wisdom. That's not walking in the fear of the Lord. Okay, so little is better with great fear of the Lord.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 19:24 says, "He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High."
He has the wisdom, he has the understanding, but he's not applying it. That's why you have to go through that. And again, going through that experience of falling 7 times, meaning a complete amount of time, and again coming out of it and learning and getting the proper understanding, getting the proper assessing the situation and knowing, okay, when I did this, I got hit, you know, I got judgment upon me. So I'm gonna abstain from it, you know, I'm gonna abstain from it and do it better. I'm gonna do it better than next time. So that's basically what we're doing in this what was it? The preparation stage. The preparation stage, the rehearsal. We're learning how to maneuver, and we're learning from our mistakes so that we can walk more efficiently according to righteousness, following after Yahweh Shai.
The Lord likes when you apply wisdom, you know, because like, if you're put in a scenario and then you escape that scenario by applying wisdom, it's something that the Lord likes. Because the Lord, precept says, the Lord loveth none but him that dwelleth in wisdom. So if you apply wisdom and you like scenarios to go through in your day to day, the Lord that pleases Yahweh Shai, you know.
Real quick, just the fact that just the fact that you said that the Lord enjoys these things is just that even the fact that when you go through these things, the Lord is watching. Right. The angels are watching. Right. You know, so it's like the Lord sees. He's the one that puts you in that situation to make you to see how you're going to maneuver. Right. So you know, again, we're made spectacle not only to men but also to angels and to the Lord. Man, the Lord is watching just like a movie. Right. Okay.
So yeah, I go on too because King David, he applied wisdom in a lot of situations. You know, and one that he constantly kept applying was what? Always praying to Yahweh first to see what to do. That's wisdom, you know? Because he feared, he knew power wasn't in his hand, but he knew that power was in Yahweh hand. So what he always did was pray, he's like, Lord, what do I do? And the Lord, he liked that. You know, because King David applied wisdom, knowing that he didn't have power in his hand, but it was in Yahweh, you know?
So like, real quick, just to back you up real quick, it says here in Proverbs 3, and I'll start at 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. You see? Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. So that's exactly that's the best example of the brother said, King David. That's exactly what he did. Before everything that he did, most things, before he went to war, things of important nature, he went and consulted with the prophets. He went and consulted with Yahweh to see if the action that he was doing was according to the will of the Lord. The Lord directed his ways aright.
Back to Revelation 19, there was more up. It says, this is Revelation 19, I'm starting at verse 6. It says, and I heard as it were the voice of a great multitude, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thunderings, saying, Hallelujah! For the Lord Yahweh Shai omnipotent reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. Verse 8, it says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints.
Wisdom maketh the face of this face shine. You know, we'll read that again, but
we'll start from the top, from 7. So Revelation 19 and verse 7, it says, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready.
Again, those virgins, they prepared themselves, they made themselves ready. Just as the brother brought it out, there are certain characteristics and traits that the elect are going to have. You know, just as it says, put on as the elect, they made themselves ready. Okay?
Man, what's the marriage? The marriage basically you getting beamed up. That's the marriage. That's you being intimate. Intimate with Yahushua, man.
That's you walking the aisle.
Yes.
That's you walking the aisle, man. Come on. That's you walking the aisle, man. You know? Come on, man. And again, in the eyes, because when you're walking the aisle, all eyes are on you. It says what? You're gonna get in the sight of the enemies, man. You got it.
Verse 8, it says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. As
it says, the meek shall be beautified with salvation. The Lord will exalt his people in the sight of the nations. Okay? Come on, man. As these people, they're seeing missiles come down. At the same time, they're seeing the righteous get beamed up, man. Yo, come on, man. These people won't even know how to feel, man. Okay? It says in Wisdom of Solomon, they shall be greatly troubled. You know, greatly troubled. Like, yo, how is this so? Yo, this guy's getting beamed up. Yo, this nuclear fire coming down from heaven to destroy me. Yo, I'm through, man. You know. How is he? How is he numbered among the saints? You know?
It says, for the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints.
The righteousness of the saints, right? And what's that righteousness? That rehearsal. The fact that you prepared yourself. Again, the wife has made herself ready. The fact that we're putting away, we're not walking after darkness, but walking as children of light. Okay?
This ties in beautifully with, what we read in Isaiah 52. Rise, put on that beautiful garments. Hey, that's the same thing that the white, clean garments is what? The righteousness of the saints, man.
Righteousness.
How do you put on that righteousness? Once again, by rehearsing his acts, and that's the righteousness, man. Applying the law, statutes, and commandments.
And again, that righteousness goes into, again, purity. Again, bringing it back to the white dress. You know, that most of these women, they don't even deserve. They should be wearing all black, man.
Red dress. Red dress like the whore, Babylon. Red dress.
Yeah, scarlet. That's what they're wearing, but yeah. Sure, man. Because at the end of the day, man, that woman walking through the aisle, man, unless you got it from a virgin, man,
she's been ran through from fucking high school. High school, that was the beginning of her career.
Come on, man.
From being basically a whore. Of being a queen. Queen, that's the real thing. That's the definition of when you go to the definition of queen, it means whore. She started from high school up to college, that was like skyrocketing. And then now she hits 30, now she wants to settle down and put the right dress. How does that work? That doesn't work, man. Multiple men have already penetrated. The quiver has been open to multiple arrows. Okay, there's all type of semen in your mind. You're greatly polluted, and here it is putting on the right dress, and then this is your day.
And they want to say that that's the prize. How can something you like say? They say it in the world, once something is used, it loses value. You won't buy a car, drive it for years, sell it, and then be able to sell it for the same price that you bought it. The value decreases. Mileage. They got a lot of mileage.
It's breaking down. Hey, it's like those
repairs. Is that normal? This is supposed to do that. It's the first time I hear this song, man.
It's like those people that collect action figures or Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or whatever. When they collect it, they like it to be wrapped in that plastic.
Yeah, they don't take it out.
They don't take it out. If you take it out, it's touch. Okay, no, there's no value to it. It's the same thing with these women.
Yeah.
As soon as a rod penetrates that how do you call that, the skin there? I forgot the name of the skin.
Yeah.
Basically, when you penetrate it, that's basically.
Yeah.
Damn, what's the name of that?
I forget the name.
I forgot the name, but brothers and sisters, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Once that skin is penetrated, hey, it's polluted now. The value has gone down. It's not gonna go for the same price when it was wrapped in that, the plastic, man. I'm using, the cards and the action figures as an analogy, The same way when the woman gets plowed, man, hey, the value is gone, man.
Yeah.
Even them, they know that too.
Yeah.
That's why when you go, you meet a chick for the first time. If you ask what's your body count, what do you mean what's your body count? They're shaking
They'll tell
because
you
they
the
know it's
first number
shame,
in
man.
their head, man. After one point they start counting. Shit, they stop at 300. That's the number they give you. Man. To the point you don't even want to ask. You just say, just in my head, you're a virgin. That's it. I don't care about the past, but don't even tell me about it. But you gotta eventually the way she moves, the way she, you gotta ask those questions. But at the point, it's a slippery slope, man. You don't even want to know, man. You start losing respect for them as soon as you hear the number. Shit, man, I know you lying. But I wanted to say something. Yeah, the value goes down because it was never meant for a woman to jump from rod to rod. This is not something that the Lord had intended when He made the woman. The woman was, it says what? When a man you get it a wife, you get it a possession. Okay? She was a possession. She was under the rule of her father till she went into her husband's house. Okay, she was to be there until the death of her husband. Okay,
It's supposed to be a pair bond.
yeah,
Like a merging that can't be broken.
Yeah.
The most I put together, but don't
Yeah,
put
no man put asunder.
You see, but just the fact that now this dating culture, this thing of the West,
Right, that goes to show rebellion against how much you shot.
Yeah.
Purposely, bro.
yeah, purposely,
Yes. Because you're supposed to be in one union.
yeah.
But then you say, fuck that, I'm trying to plug into another,
That creates nothing but death. To abstain from the ways of the Lord, that creates nothing but death, man. Okay, because it's not conducive to life. It's not conducive to life for a woman to jump from rod to rod. Okay, because at the end of the day, that's the confusion that they have in this world. They say that a woman is like a woman and man are the same. We're not the same. We're not the same, man. I have a rod, you have a hole. Okay? I don't get penetrated. You do. Okay? So at the end of the day, if you have a bunch of sperm in your thing, different sperm, man, that's there's a bunch of confusion. Even in your head, you can't even think straight. That brings demons upon you, man. You're supposed to be with one man your whole life, man. Okay? And that's why the elect, they make themselves ready for Yahweh Shai, and they only follow Yahweh Shai. They're not following after other men. Okay?
Yeah, because even one of the men really was made to pair bond with multiple women. It wasn't, the woman wasn't made to pair bond with multiple men. That's why once again, when they get to that stage of their life, they want to pair bond, they want to settle down. It doesn't work. 2 years later, she's divorced now. Okay? She goes back with another man, divorce. Because you can't pair bond. There's always friction. Why is there that friction? Because there's too much semen up there that's basically fighting against the man that you just married against his authority, man. Yeah. Wi-Fi is not working, man. There's no connection. It's one bar. Zero borders.
Zero border, man. You turn to Sunday, man. Yeah. You got a pizza?
Yeah, I had Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Yeah.
Yes, sir? This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 in verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of the salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he, whom we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Yeah, that's when they're going to see us getting beaten up, man. They're going to be like, oh shit, yo, this guy? I know him, bro. People that you know in the world, they're going to see you getting beaten up, man.
No way.
No way. What the fuck? Yo, what he was doing was actually right, bro. Shit. Yo. You know, it's gonna be a mixture of emotions they're gonna be feeling at that point in time, man. Right?
Especially those that heard. And
Yeah.
they refuse to prepare themselves.
Man, that memory's gonna play back when they were hearing and telling you, you know, the Israelites, this, that. It's gonna play, man. As you see the missiles coming, man. You know?
That's why he was so like intense. That's why he was so like every time you talked to him, he brought up the Bible. That's why he was so how can I say that? Focused, fervent, zealous for the word. You know, that's why he took days off. That's why he didn't have time to spend with me. That's why he was focused. He was on a mission. And then again, like I said, they're gonna remember that when you talk to me about these things, I took it for granted.
Yeah.
I made light of it. Okay?
Nothing was happening to them, you know? Nothing was happening, so they took it, you know, it's like the thing that he's saying is for far to come. But when it actually happens, man, those memories are gonna play back. Regret is one of the worst feelings, man. Regret?
Yeah.
That's one of the worst feelings, man. They're gonna feel that regret, man. Because the consequence is gonna be right there. He's gonna be looking at you in the sky, brother.
And you can't escape.
Either a laser or a missile. Just right there. They're looking at you, man.
Regret and mixed with fear.
Yeah, bro. Regret, fear, man. You're sad, But the only emotion that you're not gonna be experiencing at that time is joy.
Yeah.
Joy, happy. There's none of that.
Yeah.
And all the things that's negative, that's what you're gonna be feeling.
Yeah.
Mad, regret, sad, all of those mixed together, man. Because you decided not to take heed unto the prophets.
Yeah.
It says, verse 4 again, it says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Are we not made a spectacle to the world? Are we not made fools for Yahweh's sake? So indeed, they accounted our life for madness, man. Seeing us with garments, right? Basically forsaking everything to preach Yahweh, man. They think we're madmen, right? It says,
real quick, 1 Corinthians 1:18, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish, foolishness. But unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High. So that through the words, through the fact that through the words we believe in the truth. Okay, and for us it was the power of salvation, but to them it was foolishness. Okay, because now we're talking about chariots coming from the heaven to deliver us. We're talking about how America is going to be destroyed. To them, they don't see it. It's foolishness to them, man. That's why they don't even want to talk about it, man. You see? Come on, man. To them, it's something that it's unimaginable. That's why they pretend it as foolish, and we're looked as fools for pushing forth this word.
Hebrews 4:2 says, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them.
It's like the whole world has heard it. There's no one that can say, oh, I didn't hear it. I don't know about the name. The prophets, I never saw a prophet. No, man, you've seen it, and you heard the word of Yahweh. There is no excuse.
Like the basic of how Yahweh looks. You have a regular, Jesus is black.
Yeah. The truth is out there. Like the brother said, like even the surface level, you have no excuse, man. Like the lies is being revealed as being lies. Okay?
Yeah, but furthermore, according to prophecy, the scriptures say that the truth will have to go throughout all the four corners of the earth, man, in order for the end to come. So these people, they're not going to have the excuse. You're not going to say, well, I didn't hear about it, I didn't know about it. Especially in the age of information, man.
Come on.
It tells you that the knowledge shall be increased, man. You have your phone, you can look up things, man. At times you don't have to look up things, you just pop up in your feed.
Come on.
So the Lord's gonna make it some way somehow that you come across this truth. So when the judgment comes, you're not gonna have the excuse. You're not gonna say, I didn't hear about it, I didn't know about it. No, man. It says that their line is going out to all the world, man. Okay, the Most High is making sure that you hear this. He's making sure, man. So you don't have nothing to say, man. I didn't hear about it.
It says, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
And what is faith? Faith is the
evidence of things not seen.
Not seen. That's why they thought it to be foolishness. Because even we see it through the Spirit. We envision it. We believe it, man. We see things far off. Okay, it doesn't have to be here, but we know that it's going to come. Okay, we have faith that the Lord's counsel will stand. Whatever He has determined to happen will come to pass. Okay. So again, this word was not mixed with faith. Okay, and without faith, it is you can't please the Lord. Man. It is impossible to please the Lord. Man.
Yeah, and once again, just to back you up, it requires faith for you to see the value of the truth.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, the brother brought up the definition, which is in Hebrews 11 and 1, how that faith is the substance of things hope for, the evidence of things not seen. So in order for you to see the value of the truth, you gotta have faith to see it. You know? If you don't have faith, you're not gonna see that it's valuable. You're not gonna see that it's a precious pearl that you have to give everything, all the money that you have and sell everything. You're not gonna see that, man. You know?
Matthew 13 and 45, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Yeah. And that's the value. He understood the value. That's why he sold all that he had. Okay? He didn't care to keep things, and then again, that goes into the other philosophies and the doctrines that he learned in the world, so that he deleted all these things from his mind, so that he can attain unto the truth, which is that one pearl of a great price. He understood the value of the truth, because it says what wisdom, the excellence of wisdom is that it bringeth to life everlasting. Okay, and we understand that through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, through this understanding. Okay?
Yeah, I keep real quick. It said, what read again?
So like it says, to the point. Who, when he had found one pearl of a great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it.
Right, went and sold all that he had. Meaning any other thing that you deem to be valuable, you cast it off. You cast it off, and you bought what was more valuable, which was that pearl. You know, because you have different brothers that had skill in what they deem valuable, like a good paying job, or they were on the verge of becoming an NBA player, football player, but they threw that away and, bought into the truth.
Yeah, because Jake is expected to see the value of the truth as like, having a penthouse guy, having all the bitches on this side, Basically, they're looking the value to be like, to reap the benefits right now in this kingdom, right? That's what they're looking at. So that's why they can't really see the value. Because we're seeing far beyond a Bugatti, far beyond a penthouse, far beyond having, of course, brother, as a man, you want to have multiple women, but we're seeing far beyond that, man. Us we're seeing to have rulership over these people, man. We're seeing to have land. We're looking for to see other planets, man. That's far beyond the capabilities of these normal peons of their mind, man. It's beyond that, man. They can't see it, man. Because Jake right now they're basically like peons, man. Because they're not thinking like a king. They're looking to have we have a Bugatti, then what? You drive around, what? He's gonna lose value. It's gonna lose value. But the things that we're gonna have in the kingdom, it's not gonna lose any value, man. Because everything's gonna be promoting life, man. But hey, Jake, once again, they don't have faith, they can't see it, they can't see the value, man. They only see what's dead and now. I want to see the benefits now, man. If they don't see the benefits, nah. Right.
That's why Yahushua said, "Work moth and rust will corrupt."
Yeah.
Meaning they come to an end and they lose value.
Yes.
But then the things that the treasure we're storing up is something that forever. But we can see that, like the planet, you'll be flying in space.
Just the fact that we're telling you that you're gonna have rulership over these other nations, just that within itself, you should be like, really? No way, how do I prepare myself to be part of that? Nah, they don't want to hear about that, man. You still want to be working at 9 to 5 with Esau giving you orders, man. Fuck, man.
Real quick. It says here in Malachi 3 and 14, ye have said, it is vain to serve the Most High. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinances, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? And now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. Yeah, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered. Then they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear the Lord and thought upon his name. So again, the 2/3 of Israel, they were saying, yo, what's the benefit of serving the Lord? What's the point? But on the flip side, it says a book of remembrance was written for those that do serve the Lord, man. The Lord will not forsake or forget the righteous act that you do for his ministry, for his name's sake. Okay? It says here, and they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts. In the day when I make up my jewels, I will spare them as a man spared his own son that serveth him. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, at the time of destruction, because only the righteous are going to get beamed up. You're going to be, at that time, you're going to see, it says that when Yahushua comes, he's going to separate the lamb from the sheep. Okay? At that time, ye shall discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. Okay? So that's basically what we're going to see, man. That separation that Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is coming to do, man. Okay? Those that serve the Lord are going to receive salvation, and those that don't, they're gonna perish. Okay, and that's the benefit at the end of the day, the salvation of your soul. That's what comes with serving the Lord, man. Life. Okay, Moses says, I set before you life and death. Choose life that you may live. The majority of Israel chose death, and that's what they're gonna reap unto themselves.
He said, just to back up the point of Jake not seeing the value of the truth. This is Ecclesiasticus 21, verse 18. It says, as is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool. And the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. Yeah, so as a house broken, that's how Jake sees this truth, man, because they are indeed fools, man. Jeremiah, I think, 4 and is it 4? No, 5 and it's 4:22. It says, my people are Saul's children. They're fools, man. It's referring to the rest of the people that's not within the sanctuary. So therefore, they see this wisdom, this truth, as a broken house. Right? They see it having no value. Because you being in this truth, you're not gonna prosper in the world. That's why they see it as a broken house. But here it is, hey, we see them, that what they're doing is a fucking broken house. Babylon is fucking going down, man. This kingdom is currently burning. And here it is. Like the analogy, I think it was the elder from Birmingham. He was brings out. You have, I think it's either the Kazakh or the elder from Birmingham. How that you have a McDonald's burning, and here it is, you're going with your resume to get an application. Wow. You Jakes that's trying to prosper in the world, that's what you're doing, man. McDonald's is burning, and I'm like, hey, here's my resume, sir. Sir, can I get a position out? Can I flip burgers? And he's telling you, it's fucking burning. I don't want a fucking resume. Yeah. We're telling you it's burning, man. Don't lie there, man. Come here instead. But this house is not broken, man.
You have the site closing soon.
Yeah.
The manager's already ready to leave. Everyone's ready, packing. The guy's pulling up and giving his resume. And again, that's a representation of America, because America is a corporation, which again is circling the drain. Okay, America is on its way out this week. The kingdom of Babylon is meant to be destroyed, man. There's no. It says this is not our rest, man. That place was set up to be destroyed. So there's no point. Awake thou from thy rest. Okay. There's no point to set up and establish yourself in the world, knowing that all these things are going to be dissolved with fervent heat. Okay.
I'm just going to go back to Wisdom of Solomon 5. Finish off a couple last verses. It says. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Okay, that's basically the point, man. They're gonna see that in us serving the Lord, there's a profit in it. And now, when they see us getting beat up, they're gonna regret it, man. When they see us walking up to the aisle, man, they're like, "Oh shit, fuck, man! I wish I got chosen, man. To be a wife unto Yahweh Shema Shai, man. They're gonna wish that they were chosen, man. Because they were called. Everybody was paid. All of the people, when the time comes, when the destruction comes, they heard this word, man. They heard the calling. But hey, they don't wanna come. So they're gonna regret not walking up into the aisle like the elect's gonna get to walk up to the aisle, man. It's just getting being done. You know?
Back you up. It says here in Luke 14 and 16. Did you read that one? No, you read the marriage. Okay. Luke 14 and 16. Then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper, and bade many are called. Okay? And sent his servant at supper time to say to them which were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. Okay, the time of salvation is nearer than we believe, but this is the time to seek for the Lord. As it says, seek the Lord while he may be found. This is the time while the Lord may be found. Okay, so prepare yourself. Okay, and then they all with one consent began to make excuses. Okay, that's them not wanting to hearken to the truth, not wanting to come to the truth. Okay, not wanting to submit themselves to the will of the Lord. Okay, even to the point they don't even want to repent. Says they don't come to the light lest their deeds be reproved. Okay, they don't want to change their ways, right? The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and must needs go and see it. I pray thee, have me excused. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, I have to go prove them. I pray thee, have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. So that servant came and shewed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, the fact that you refuse the calling will anger the Lord. Okay, that's a big disrespect. Okay, and when the king tells you to show up, you show up, man. You don't question. So you don't make excuses, man. That's your head, man. Okay, this is not like the kings that we have to. This is not Trudeau. Okay, this is not Macron. This is not this is not Joe Biden. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai doesn't play, man. It says, those that don't want me to reign over them, kill them, man. The Lord is not here to play games, man. Yo, if you refuse this, might as well dig your own grave, man. Okay?
Back too. Like he brought up with Esther, you know, when Xerxes, he called up his wife.
Come on.
You know, I forgot her name. What was her name?
Vashti.
Vashti.
Yeah.
You know, to pull up, you know, to flex on, you know, the rest of his, you know, how do you see that?
Confederates?
The rest of his friends.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't want to pull up. Well, what happened? What was the counsel? What was the conclusion of the matter of her basically committing that act, not showing up?
Yeah,
What happened?
Drop her.
She was banished, man. You know?
Yeah, drop her like a
Banished.
banish.
Don't show yourself. Get the fuck out of here, man. Really, she should have been put to death, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't show yourself around me, man. And that was the heathen king that did that, man. How much more with the king of the universe calling you? You know? We are the woman of the Lord. But now you don't want to pull up, man. You want to go and hang out with, you know, with other guys and do hood rat shit with your friends.
Yeah, smoke cigarettes.
You know? Fuck, man.
Oh, man. So again, then the master of the house, being angry, said to the servant, go out quickly unto the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done, and as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. Okay? And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. Okay? And there was a great multitude, and then there was a great multitude. No, that's it on that. So again, the fact that you make excuses, the fact that you refuse to hearken to the Lord, that's condemning yourself. Okay? Because I said, it's, again, bringing it back to John 3, he that believeth not is condemned already. Okay?
Jake's basically treating the Lord like a scientist, man. You're making excuses.
Lick them when you want to lick them.
Yeah, whatever you know, lick them.
Sneaky link. Yo, fuck, man.
Here it is. That's the one husband that you have that you're espoused to, man.
Yo.
You treat him like a scientist.
Yo.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Worse than the side piece. Yeah. Because you want to make your side piece, you know? Yeah, you know?
Shit.
You know, they put Yahweh Bashim Yahshua on the back burner, man. This is but when it says to seek the kingdom first, man. To put him, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, this truth is supposed to be your first and main priority, man. Everything else is vanity, man. You know, we're not worried about that, man. Okay? And that's why the world might see you as a fool. The world might see you as, oh, what is he doing with his life? But really, we understand what we're doing, man. We have full assurance of the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, that he will accomplish what he said. What did he tell unto Peter? Those that have forsaken their lives, you will receive what? 100-fold, man.
Yeah.
Yahweh is not a liar, man. Yahweh did not say that for no reason. Okay? You're going to receive everything that you lost, man. You will receive it again, bringing it back to the benefits of serving the Lord, man. At the end of the day, whatever you lost here is nothing but a gain of the world to come. It's a gain, and it's an eternal gain. Okay?
Yeah, like Pascal said, I count all things done. You know, to gain, you know, roughly paraphrase, to gain with the Albashim Hashem. No, they come in the same step, man. Everything is done, everything is shit, man. Everything's fucking polluted, you know. There's no profit for us to invest in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, people asking you, what's your ambitions? You know, they don't, you know, you can't comprehend my ambitions, man. My ambitions are far beyond your minute, man.
Minute mind.
Minute mind. Myopic, you saw myopic. You can't comprehend the ambitions of the men of the Lord, man.
Come on, man.
You know, we're thinking far beyond, light years ahead, man. Well, you still focus on making six figures.
The keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
That's what you're on, man.
Worry about that, making six figures. Maybe, you know. Oh, come on, man. Yo, y'all niggas are weak shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Weak ambitions.
Well, LeBron play with his son this next season. That's what the hell.
Whose everybody's sons are
gonna be the next stars.
What about your son? What is your own son?
You know? Shit, focus on yourself, man.
Shit,
people are doing their thing. Do your own thing, man.
You already have fucking 5 billion months you pay child support to you worrying about fucking LeBron James' son. The fuck, man? Worry about your own kids, man. Shit, man. Jake is fucking cool, man.
Finish up that marriage. Yeah. Close up with that.
Matthew 22, and verse 4 says that again, he sent forth his other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
All things are ready. Everything is set. Now you just need to show up. Okay? You just need to get ready. That's basically the rehearsal. Just get ready and show up. Okay? Be there.
Yeah, it says the kingdom's already prepared for you. Watch. Furthermore, you know, Yahushua stated that it's your Father's good will to give you the kingdom of heaven. So all things are already prepared, man. The fatling is killed. You know, the bread is laid. Everything's prepped up, man. And the Lord just sent his servants, which the prophets, to tell you, come and eat, man. Pull up, man. Pull up. Jake's like, I don't want to pull up, man. Shit, man. I already got some dinner here, man. You know. You know. Now it's no, man. What we're giving you, man. You're never gonna be hungry again. You're never gonna thirst again, man. Trust me, man. Trust me. You don't want to miss out on this feast, man. Because if you miss out, man, shit. Your skin's gonna be cleaving to your bones soon, man. You know what I'm saying?
Again, bringing it back to that woman at the well with Yahushua. Where Yahushua said, yo, if you knew who I was, you would ask me and I would give you living water. And you would, yo, what you say, yo, please give me that water, man, please, yo. You know? But it says what? Bringing it back to Ezekiel 3, when it says, if I sent you to another nation, they would have believed. You know? But you know, Israel is a stubborn and stiff-necked nation. Okay? Because if salvation was open to this other nation, man, they would jump on it, man. You know? They would jump on that, man. So again, bringing it back to the point that Israel are foolish, man. Not taking advantage of this opportunity. Okay?
It says, behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his servants and entered them spitefully and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burned up their city. Then saith he to the servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
That's basically what we're going to do, man. You know, we're going to listen to the highways and hedges to preach the word to bid others to come in, man. The first ones that were bidding, they didn't want to come in, man. They want to come through, man. You know, they saw that what they were doing, their life is more precious than coming to serve the Lord. You know, they saw their plans bigger than Yahweh Shai's plans, man. Being selfish, being prideful. You know?
It says, verse 10, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was finished with guests. So like the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment.
Yo, what's going on? Yo, everyone's dressed up. Yo, he's not ready.
Yo.
Yo, and that's like a what's it called? It's like a blemish.
Yeah.
Not a blemish.
Like a sore thumb?
Yeah, you're sticking out like a sore thumb, man. Everyone's there dressed up, you know, fancy. You know, it's like how do you say? They're dressed in their formal attire, and you're there in joggers, in short. You're pulled up in shorts, you know, white tee, you know, Crocs.
Crocs, oh shit!
Yo, what's up with this guy, man? And even that's a sign of disrespect.
Yeah.
That's a sign of disrespect, man, because this is not like, yo,
It's a formal
yo,
dinner.
come on, a wedding, weddings are expensive. First off, weddings are expensive. You have to pay for the place, you have to pay for the catering, you have to pay for the alcohol service, the people that are there to, you know, you're spending your time, you prepared all these things, and this guy shows up, you won't even take the time to dress up. Yo, come on, man, yo, keep going.
Shit. Your dress code.
Yeah, you know? So that's like, you know, when the music is playing, and then randomly,
Yeah.
yo,
So,
Hold on.
who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
Yo,
You?
I just got here.
It's an all-white party. You pull up wearing fucking black. What's going on, man?
Didn't you get the memo? Did you understand?
You saw the invite. All-white party. Pull up wearing all white.
Come on.
This guy pulls up wearing brown.
Shit. Come on,
Is
man.
this your man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you can't get in.
that movie I White Shirt. You know when he
Oh,
got caught?
yeah.
Everybody knew that he didn't belong.
Yeah.
When he got caught.
Yeah.
Yo, who's this guy? Yeah. Even if you had the mask, people just
Yeah.
already know, like, this guy is not moving right.
Yeah, he wasn't moving.
Yeah, he was. You're not
It's
moving
weird.
right.
Yeah, because then, you know how like in righteousness, we put in righteousness as a garment, then we
They
have
do it in
wickedness as a garment.
Yo.
So they were seeing that, yo, this guy, he's not in the same vibration. He doesn't have his wicked garment. Who's this guy? You know, he's a pretender.
Yeah.
You know, all guys,
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Who's this guy?
Even with the mask, they didn't need to, just the way he moves. Like, yo, this guy, you're not meant to be here, man. Who's this guy?
Yeah, because it's all about the N-word.
Right.
The N-word man.
Mm.
It doesn't matter how you show up, you know, you can be a
You
great
fake it.
pretender, you can fake it.
But
But yeah, it's gonna show
You can't fake it with the Lord.
The Lord, it says, the Lord searches the hearts and the
Lord,
reins, man.
yeah.
In your mind, He knows what's inside your mind, man.
It says that he knows who are his from the beginning. From the beginning, man. You can't fake it, man. Yo, you're not on the list. What are you doing here?
What's the password?
What's the password? Yo? Turn around, man. This is not for you. You know, get out of here, man. Okay?
It says, and when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment?
What? What's up? Yeah, cousin. What's up with you, man? So,
And he was speechless. You know what the guy got? He was stunned.
shit. Oh
No
man.
excuses was coming.
Yo. Read that again, don't push up.
It says, and he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless.
Wow.
Then said the king to the
So
servant.
like he was speechless. Why was he speechless? Because there is no excuse.
Right.
There's nothing that you can say. There's nothing that you can, even if you beg at that point, it's too late, man. There's nothing you can tell Yahweh Hashem Yashai at that time, man. Again, like what Ben said, you see the missiles coming down, man, And if you're not getting beamed up at that time, there's nothing. You're done. There's nothing you can say. You can't say I believe. You can't call upon the name. The Lord will not hear you.
Personally, you don't come on, man.
You're gonna be speechless, man. Come on, man. Yeah. And again, we don't want to be in that position. We moving through fear. We're moving through the fear of Yahweh Shai, so that we are not partakers with the wicked, so that we don't have the same end as the unbelievers. We do not want to have our portion with the unfaithful. Okay, that's why we're pushing for the word. That's why we're so diligent in following Yahweh Shai, to the point that we don't care if we have to take the low, man, because we know that the Lord will exalt us in due time. Okay, and we know that the destruction that will happen, man, that we just don't want no part of it, man. We want no part of that destruction, man. We do not want to be speechless in the time of destruction, man. We want the Lord to tell us, well done, thy faithful and good servant, you know.
God, verse 13 it says, then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into utter darkness.
And that was done in the midst of everyone else.
They're seeing, bro.
They're seeing.
Most embarrassing.
So like that piece of the glass, the fire.
Oh.
Come on, man. Yeah. Because he got bind. Come on, man. The security. In front of everyone. That's embarrassing, man. Security,
Everybody's watching it, boy.
That's a bad guy.
You hear the whispers?
Yo,
that's Trayvon,
bro.
That's Trayvon.
He wasn't worthy. Oh shit. Head down, you're like this, yo.
Your crush is looking at you.
Oh, yo.
Disappointed.
Emotional damage, man. You're done, man. You're done, man. Lord, I was casting out demons in that name.
That's deep, bro. Shit.
I don't know him.
Yo.
I don't know this guy. Get him out of here. Yo, Lord. Yo, man, we're laughing, but it's a serious matter, actually, man, because a lot of people, that's what's going to happen unto them, man. And again, we do not want to be we don't want to be a part of that number, you know?
Sure. It says, and cast him into utter darkness, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah. And again, that goes into that scenery, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. At the same time, we're gonna have the deliverance. We're gonna have the destruction of the wicked. And it says what? It's a beautiful thing to see the downfall of your enemy. Right. You know, so we're gonna see that. That's gonna be beautiful too. But so in the same sense, there's gonna be in the wedding. There's gonna be drama. You know, that's the drama. You know, that's gonna be an intense scene, man. It's gonna be a beautiful, intense. If you're on the right side, you know, if you're on the right side, man, it's gonna be a crazy. It's gonna be a crazy event, unspeakable, man. You can't even, like the brother was saying, that you're on the left hand, you're gonna feel nothing but evil. You know, you're gonna the emotions that you're gonna feel are gonna be nothing but negative emotions. But on the right side, you're gonna feel nothing but good, positive, and joyful emotions, man. You're gonna rejoice evermore.
Well, this is
There's a bit more on that. That was it. Okay.
This is Revelation 15 and verse 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that have gotten the victory over the beast and over the image.
Victory. Those that have gotten the victory. Those that overcame the world through their faith in Yahweh Shai.
And over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name stand under sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Shai.
And what were they witnessing? They were witnessing the fall of this wicked kingdom. They were witnessing the downfall of the wicked. Okay, and at the same time, the same way that they're seeing how they were destroyed, we're part of that number. They're rejoicing at the fact that they were delivered and they were found worthy to be in the presence of the Lamb, okay, of Yahweh Shai, right? So again, we're praying that we're part of that number, Right?
Okay. So we're gonna close off there. All right. Thank you all, praise under the glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakadash.
May the Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.